Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Three Nerds on a Sunday. Three nerdy friends talk about all things nerd, geek, and pop culture related. I am one third of the nerd, Sunny, and the other two that make up this round table of awesomeness is Manny and Frank.
Oh
What's up, guys?
yeah. Oh yeah.
What's
It's
What's
going
three
going on? What's going
nerds,
on?
three nerds on a Sunday, on a Sunday.
Wow.
We have a theme song now, and it's
We're
going to be
crazy.
that moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Just to be Manny.
Do I-
Well,
do I
if anybody's
sound-
still listening, thank you very much. Especially you folks in Ireland.
100%, 100% Ireland. You the
Yeah.
homeboys.
Oh
Do
yeah.
I sound a little echoey down here, by the way?
Not too bad.
I'll weed a bit.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, hopefully that's not annoying. We'll find out once this podcast.
Seems fine right now.
But I have finally moved into my house. I'm in my basement doing
You
this
are.
podcast. So
You are.
it's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
First
Yeah,
one.
that's gonna be a little bit of my nerd out. So we'll go into that part.
Nice.
But yeah,
Cool, man.
So let's go ahead and jump straight into our news then.
Jumpy shell.
Okay.
Frank, would you like to go first?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I just have one. I ran across a trailer
Mhm.
for a Netflix animated series called Blood of Zeus.
Mhm.
It's coming out October 27th, which is in 2 days, actually. I'm just looking at the calendar. And this looks pretty cool, man. Did you guys see the trailer?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I saw it on one of those pages me and you were on, Frank, but I didn't have a chance to watch the trailer yet.
Oh, okay.
Please, liken us.
It is an animated show. It looks more adult because just the way the action was laid out and some of the seriousness of the tone.
Mhm.
But it is basically just a Greek mythology, gods and men and monsters type of animated show. This could have been super generic and stuff, and it still might be. But to me, it looked pretty good. I mean, it looks like the animation is good quality, and I'm always down for mythology and stuff like that. So I'm gonna give it a shot in a couple days.
Yeah. Depending on how the animation looks, I mean the topic and stuff, I'm definitely interested in 100%.
Mhm.
But if the animation looks a little too, I don't know, kind of cheap, I might just pass on it. But we'll see how it goes.
It looks better than
to-
you would think. Like, it looks better than the DC films that have been coming out, the animated ones.
Yeah, I could almost say it looks like the older DC films.
Mm-hmm. Nice
So,
quality, man. The art is really nice.
yeah.
And what I saw from the trailer, it looks pretty good. So I'm definitely checking it out.
It's almost anime-ish,
Mm-hmm.
is it not?
Yeah, it's kind of Eastern.
Fancy.
So yeah, and
No,
that
it's
might
definitely
not be
anime.
for. Yeah, it's anime style, except the characters are not like they're like in the middle. They're not like fully. But maybe that's because they're portraying Greeks, not Japanese people.
Yeah, looks interesting though.
But I liked what I saw, so I'm gonna check it out.
Cool. Keep us updated
Yeah,
when that
totally.
next.
I'll let you know. Oh, and
Well,
it's one more thing is
yeah.
that it's from the Castlevania team, and I've
Oh.
heard people say that they love that one. I did watch a couple episodes of that, and it was really good. But if you're a fan of that, then the team behind that is doing this,
Oh, well,
and that's really all I have.
that doesn't get me too excited then. I saw
Why
the
You
you-
first.
said it doesn't?
No, it doesn't.
Did
I
you
saw
watch
the
it
first
or?
series, and it was boring to me.
Oh,
The
okay.
action was fine, I guess. The
Was a little boring. It was like, like he keeps just like spewing out mantras over and over.
it just meh, I don't know. Like I said, it was
Yeah.
just it felt average. It was like, hey, let's get there and tell the story. Now I haven't seen part 2. That might be better, but.
Mhm.
With that being said, from my knowledge of the first half, I'm like, kind of drops down my excitement a little bit. But
Yeah.
It's still my depending on how many episodes it is. I still might check it out.
Yeah, and I think Castlevania was only
Like,
3.
yeah,
Yeah.
not so much, and it felt a little longer than that, but
Yeah. Well, they made it seem action-packed. I hope it's true.
yeah. So time shall. So moving on from that, I think I'll go with. You guys remember Quibi, that app with little shorts
Yeah.
about 10 minutes
Like
long?
Quibi or whatever.
Yeah, Quibi. Well, you can say goodbye to it because it's officially shut down now.
Jesus.
The owner of Quibi is selling off all assets and has closed the doors on the company.
Yeah.
I think it's only been open for like months.
Like,
I think it opened this.
It's March, I think. March or
March.
April.
it just
Or
launched
maybe even a little
not
bit
that long
earlier
ago.
than that. And the funny thing
Yeah.
is the CEO was blaming COVID.
Yeah.
And everyone else exploded, like Netflix and Disney Plus, they all exploded because of COVID. So
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing in the world. Because
well, they kept saying, like, in their marketing stuff, they were like, "Oh, this is perfect for a commute because you can watch 10-minute thing and then you can move on."
yeah, but apparently no one really cared. So, yeah, they were saying like, oh yeah, we have about 1.6 million subscribers. Now their original target was to get 7.4 subscribers to keep it alive. They were charging $4.99 for an entry level with ads, and then a $7.99 for no ads. And
Dang.
yeah, I
But
mean,
it's like you could watch the entire content in one day, basically, especially if you're quarantined.
yeah.
yeah, you just watch it all.
So, did you guys watch anything on there ever?
No.
I watched a few things here and there, nothing that caught my eye. Cause
I watched the horror thing that I forgot who was behind it. I think they were saying Sam Raimi was behind it or something, or he had a producer credit or something on it. It was okay. It wasn't great, but it was okay.
nothing was memorable there.
Yeah, no, I completely forgot about it.
They raised $2 billion to get that going, and within 6 months, done.
Those investors gotta be pissed.
If you ever feel bad.
Holy crap, man.
I don't know how whoever gave them money, they deserve to slap them for
$2
every
billion, huh?
dollar they gave.
I don't know, man. I don't know. They're good salesmen there. Whoever sold that project.
Apparently. Hey,
Jesus.
give us money. Here you go. Thank you, sir.
Streaming.
Screw you.
Streaming. It's the way of the future. Streaming.
Yeah, I mean, that is so
Here's the money.
weird for it just to go down like that. I mean, yeah, 6 months, 6, 7 months, and it's already
Maybe they
gone.
couldn't produce any more content because they couldn't film. I don't know. I don't even know.
Well, the restriction, well, it doesn't really matter at this point. They don't see it. But
not like anybody. It's a big loss to anyone, honestly.
Yeah, apparently no one cares anyways. Because I think like the first month we were completely free, and then as soon as that stopped, people were like, "No, I'm good."
Yeah, totally. I mean, you could burn through everything in your free trial.
Yeah. So if anyone had this subscription, $4.99 a month, you could go to Shutter and get it for $5.99 a month. So
oh, okay. I thought that was $5.
$5, $4.99, $5.99. It's still like $5-ish. So you can
just trade that for Shutter.
Trade it for Shutter, which is a lot better. Just saying.
Yeah, totally.
So goodbye, QB. We hardly see.
Yep. Goodbye. Sorry.
Manny, what is on your docket of news?
So I got one. According to the Hollywood Reporter, Jared Leto is going to be back as Joker in Zack Snyder's Justice League cut. So there are reshoots happening currently. According
I thought
to
the whole thing is a reshoot.
No, it's not. Because it was already filmed, and I didn't think there was going to be reshoots, but I guess they wanted to put more money into it, and Zack Snyder convinced everyone. I believe Ben Affleck is on set right now. Ray Fisher and Amber Heard is currently on set right now, so that's kind of cool. But I'm excited for I'm excited for seeing Jared Leto versus the Batman, Ben Affleck Batman. So yeah,
Because
I like that.
like in Suicide Squad, right? There was one scene where they didn't even interact, right? I mean, it was like he chased him.
He was like on his car. That's it.
He was on his lamp.
Yeah.
And they probably filmed those separately. Like they probably weren't even on set together.
No.
Just, yeah. No, I don't know. It's weird to me to bring in the Joker. I don't know where he's gonna fit. The only place he would fit is the beginning or the end. Where
like for a few scenes or something.
Like Deathstroke comes in and he goes, "Oh yeah, I got this clown over here." I don't know.
Yeah, you don't sound enthusiastic.
It's gonna be weird. I don't know. I mean,
I hope where they're gonna fit him.
But I don't know. Yeah,
he's got 3 hours to do it though. It's not like he's got an hour and a half.
There's a lot of hours.
What'll be awkward is that they invite him back and like, yeah, we want you to be Joker again, and they cut his scenes again. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that?
You would be pissed.
Oh my god.
I can't.
Oh my god.
Deathstroke was a big waste because that was a good choice for him.
Well, he's back too. Deathstroke?
Yeah. I just hope he does some more stuff.
Yeah.
But they said Eisenberg is definitely not back, right?
From what I remember, I think so. He's not
or
back
like
yet.
he was talking trash or something. I don't even know. Something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But I am excited for Leto to come back, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Well, like
how it goes. What is that on track for next year?
2021. No date yet, but 2021.
Hopefully no delay, because I don't know, man. I'm tired of everything being delayed, so I'll take it next year if I can.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, I guess it's technically partially news, but I'll bring it up now. The James Bond movie was actually really close to going on streaming service, but then I think MGM was like, yeah, we're gonna need like $60 million or 600 million to go on streaming. They're like, no, we're good. So it's gonna go back in theaters next year.
Basically, they just wanted their money. They wanted their money back for what they spent. Basically.
Pretty much. Yeah, they're like,
who was kind of supporting them?
I didn't get to look at the article fully, but I know that they were shipping around, and the price tag was 600 million to go to the stream platform, and they're like, no takers. I guess we'll go back to theaters.
Okay, good luck.
So that's off track and back on track to be in theaters, and we'll see if they can.
Crappy position though for everybody. I mean, it's like you lose either way.
Yeah.
I was just looking at Tenet box office numbers, because usually you hear a lot of news about box office this, box office that, and this time I felt like nobody said a damn thing.
Oh yeah.
Because it was just like too embarrassing or too like pathetic.
Yeah. The I forgot which film company did it again, but they said it was a complete flop. It was a bust.
Oh.
What was a bust?
Yeah. So.
Are you guys having like weird internet stuff?
Just right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But like I was saying, the company was like, it's a bust, and we learned from this mistake, and we'll do better in the future with the next one. So I don't know what's next on the docket or what's going to.
Wait, what was a bust?
Tenet.
Tenet?
It's not really their fault though. I mean, what are they going to learn?
It's not. Well, I mean, I think that's just talk. Like, investors or people will be like, or the board, like, hey, listen, next time we'll promise we'll do better. It'll be better. We'll get more money out of it. Something. I don't know.
I know what you mean, but it's just like funny. It's like, oh man, how do you even explain that? And New Mutants has like been cursed from the beginning, and now it just got even more myrtleized.
Has anyone seen New Mutants yet?
No, I do want to see it though.
Yeah. I'm curious because I'm waiting for him for a while, so it's on my list. But
so you gotta start streaming it.
Or I don't know. Sad news, depending on some people. Mindhunter season 3 is pretty much almost confirmed that it won't be happening at all.
I think they said that already, basically.
David Fincher came out in an interview, was like, "Yeah, it's expensive to do, and I got other projects down the line, and if I ever get a chance, probably won't do it." So sorry,
Why is
guys.
it so expensive though? Like,
I'm not gonna lie to you, I have no idea.
it's just people talking though.
Something I know you said something like, "Oh, yeah, you get to weigh out the actual value amount towards actual viewership, and it doesn't work out." And again, I don't know
Here's
what
what I don't get. Like how do they decide what shows to keep and which ones not? Like, they've canceled stuff that's popular, or they've canceled stuff with views, but then they keep stuff that nobody really cares about, and it's like on its 5th season. And I understand this is different because Fincher is just like, oh, I'm too busy, and everybody else is busy, and we're kind of just like, nah, we're not going to keep going.
Yeah.
I like these first 2 seasons though; they were pretty good actually.
I didn't see season 2, so.
Yeah, it was also good.
Yeah. So, yeah. Again, it was really interesting to me when he said like, "Oh yeah, it's so expensive to make." I'm like, "What do you? Is it
Like,
on
why?
catering? Like what? Like is it you eat lobsters every day? I mean, I
know, right?
Why
I didn't either.
Team where they have to pay for the likeness for everybody or something. I don't know.
There must be something we don't get, but
It
whatever. Yeah, I mean, I think it's like before season 2 even came out, he was already saying, "Oh, I don't know if I'm doing this anymore." I'm like, okay, I don't even want to watch it now then.
Basically. Oh. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. He just flat out said, "Yeah, pretty much no. Sorry, guys, screw you." No,
maybe the platform was okay with it. They're like, we'll just use that towards something else.
Yeah, because I mean, with streaming stuff, it feels like forever since seasons. But has it been more than 2 years?
Long, yeah. I don't think more than 2.
Okay.
Like a year and a half.
Shit. Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
But I don't even remember the ending. I mean, it's just there was something that was left untied up, but it wasn't like, oh man, please finish the story. Yeah. So. Well, a lot of things dying. Quibi and Mindhunter.
Yeah. Our hopes and dreams for movies to come back. You know, all the fun stuff.
Yeah, nothing major
though. I think you're done with news, right, Frank?
Yeah, I'm all done.
Man, you got anything else?
I do. I got one more piece. I don't know how true this is. I've never heard of this website. The website is called smallscreen.com.uk. So it's a UK website. Apparently, and hold on to your butt, Frank. Apparently, Michael Keaton has signed on to star as Bruce Wayne in an HBO Max Batman Beyond series.
God, don't do this.
So we shall see.
Let it be true. Something. I need something Batman Beyond. They just ignore the shit out of it. And I'm like, come on, guys.
So we shall see what may happen with that. But I think that would be cool. If anything, Burton's world of Batman is perfect for Beyond.
Shut
up.
Because if it's not true, I'm just gonna hate the world.
He's gonna cry asleep tonight. You're like,
seriously, I'm gonna dream about this. I'm gonna like create it in my mind and keep it in my mind while I sleep. Try to dream about it, because that's probably what's gonna happen.
So yeah, I don't know, man. Apparently 3 people told this source that it's going to happen, that it already has happened, but we shall see.
Oh man. And how long this was this week that this happened?
Yeah, this one was this week. This one was October 23rd, so yesterday. Oh, well, now I just gave it away. But yeah, it was on October 23rd.
Yeah. Oh man, I hope so. This would be great.
You know, I was never. Well, I do like Batman Beyond, but I'm not that crazy about it. Not that it would be hard to do it, but I don't see how.
It's like on a budget. It's like it'd be hard.
So, I mean, it could be done.
I don't think it'd be that hard.
I
But
just would hate
they-
them to be cheap asses about it and then be like, most of it's going to be talking, and then you'll get 2 minutes of action because that's all we can afford.
Yeah, I mean, with again, like with
What
Game
are,
of
what are
Thrones
you guys talking about? We were watching Marvel movies.
No, I mean if it's a series,
TV
you know.
series on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I completely forgot it is HBO Max.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
even with
That's the
like
only thing I would be worried about.
even with like Game of Thrones, like it took like a couple seasons to get bigger and bigger battles where like you know, follow the main character and he get knocked out and then the fight was over.
But then the battle would take them like 2 years to film or something.
Yeah, so again, if there's one place it could happen is HBO, but we would need at least a couple of seasons for them to be like to justify having bigger set pieces and more CGI and actual action stuff. So,
But hey, man, even if it happened, I'd be good.
and again,
So-
it is Batman, so they can make a lot of money off of merchandise. So it's possible, but it's gonna take a lot to get there.
So I think
Yeah.
this is what's going on. I think Warner or DC is seeing what Marvel's doing with Disney Plus, or I should say Disney is doing with their Marvel stuff. So Warner Brothers now is trying to move on with their Disney stuff, or I'm sorry, with their DC stuff, and the perfect spot to do it on is HBO Max.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they have the inside source on how these TV shows are going to look for Disney Plus. So I can only imagine whatever DC and Warner Brothers is going to come out on HBO Max, that's going to be on par with that because it's just they're just competing with each other. So from what I saw from what's coming out on Disney Plus with those Marvel shows, I am excited.
Yeah, man. Well, I hope they start to do this. Because I know they started killing, I guess, some of those shows from the DC Universe app. And, you know, like you said, man, I mean, they're already going to leverage it with the Snyder Cut. So,
Yeah, this is one of the best things that happened. It could potentially be one of the best things that happened to DC when they teamed up with HBO. Because again, if you're gonna do stuff like this and try to go blow for blow with Marvel, HBO is one of the few, if only, places you can do that with.
oh, yeah. The only, I would say.
Yeah, it's
And it's always edgier with HBO. Like, it's darker and.
I love DC and stuff like that. If they can do something really well, because is it HBO doing that Gotham PD show, or is that going somewhere else?
HBO Max.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to see what they're gonna do with the future.
Yeah,
I think that
cool.
that's gonna come out first, and I think that's gonna set the tone and actually show what they can actually do, and I'm very excited about that. So,
but that show was confirmed or no? Or was that rumored?
No, it's confirmed.
Oh, man. All right.
Yeah. I mean, everything could change from
Hope it's
now
true.
until then.
And, you know, Keaton could give it the boost it needs for Batman Beyond to actually be successful. Because if he's not in it, I don't know if people would be really into it as much.
Yeah, no. I don't know. I think for something of Batman Beyond, if it's done well, I think it's even more exciting that it's going to be a series than anything else. So
that would be cool.
Nice.
All right, man. Thanks for bringing that because I didn't hear about that. But
yeah,
you know me,
like I said, it's a small website, so hopefully they're pretty accurate. I'll do a quick Google search and see if I see it anywhere else. But we'll see.
Cool.
And then, just to round up the news, just two quick articles I'm going to fire off real quick. Archer has been renewed for season 12 on FXX.
Jesus. Season 12?
Yeah, I didn't even realize it was on that long. And then
like on 7 still or something.
Yeah. And then Anderson wants to unite all of his iconic characters in an MCU style Sandler-verse movie. He kind of does that every now and then, like has certain characters show up in other movies and little hints and stuff like that. But it would kind of be funny to see them all together. Again, I don't know.
He would play them all, basically.
I'm assuming so, or maybe all side characters with a couple of stuff and do what they did with
Jesus Christ.
what was the movie like the big guy turned skinny again and Hercules.
Nutty Professor?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nutty Professor.
they can always do that. So, um,
Oh my god.
so yeah, I mean, yeah. So there's that for you
I
guys.
mean, he's got that Netflix reign where he can just do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, his movies still like
And they get hits though, right? I mean, people watch it.
they're usually like the top rated views. I think
It's always
I
like
think
shoots to the top.
I think the Ridiculous Eight is like one of the highest viewed films on Netflix. I think. Um,
How the
yeah,
hell did that happen?
because people love Adam Sandler.
I
Have
haven't
you
seen
guys have you guys seen the new movie?
it.
Yeah,
Quibi Halloween?
Yeah.
No. Have you?
I think we talked about this.
Okay. Oh, you guys said that.
Oh, I think
You
we
guys said
talked
it was
about
decent, or
it.
what?
I think we talked about it in our group chat.
Okay. Yeah. I thought
Because I just watched it. Personally, I just watched it.
No, because we were on here and we talked about how it was a little bit of mix of like Waterboy and Little Nicky and a
Then
little
we
bit
You know
started
of
what?
doing
I'm
voices.
sorry. Yep.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think he still has another movie or two deal with Netflix maybe, and they're gonna. I'm pretty sure they'll make a new one. Be like, hey, you
Because he
want to
had
do
like
another?
a 8-film deal or something, right?
Yeah. So
He's got like maybe one more.
man, one or two, and I'm
Yeah.
definitely is gonna try to resign for a couple extra ones.
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah.
guarantee.
But add a couple extra zeros. He's probably gonna say.
Like I can go on vacation. All right, let's do it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, but that's it for the news. No,
Yeah.
that's all I got. So,
A lot of
uh,
entertainment stuff happening. It's just
yeah,
like needed to come out, basically.
yeah. So, Archer's still going. So, for any Archer fans, good for you guys. You guys
You
still
guys
got
like
stuff
that
to.
show? Or
I loved it when it came out. I haven't watched it in a long time.
I just
It's funny
haven't kept up.
because Sonny and I were talking about it last week,
Mhm.
and I told him I think I wanted to kind of start it again. Maybe not from the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
but kind of where I left off, because it was a great show.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's
Uh,
pretty popular. FX has like those shows that just don't end, like Always Sunny and all that.
yes. But I
Oh,
think that
AHS as well.
soon. Yeah, I think it's always Sunny's going to end sooner or later. This last season
Does
was
it?
fine. It was fine, but it's starting to get to a point where I'm like, I mean, they want to keep making more. I'm not gonna be mad about it, but
Sure.
I don't know. It just doesn't. Even
Goes like in these weird directions all of a sudden. It's like I was on board with what you were doing. You didn't have to take that right turn like that.
sometimes it helps, but yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know.
And then it kind of drags a little bit. It's like this is a little too long.
Sometimes, but
I still liked it, but I don't even know.
yeah. So, but,
If that makes sense.
no, yeah, it does. In a weird way, it does. But um, I'm guessing we should move on to our nerd outs of this week.
Just we should.
Yes. Who would like to grace us with their first offering?
I'll go first.
Okay.
All right.
Because I don't really have anything. I guess one thing I am nerding out on is since I got this house, I kind of am going down the rabbit hole of getting some smart devices. So right now, I currently have 2 smart speakers, and it's awesome playing just music and going to one room and the other room, and it's playing the same song.
Does it
The
like
problem,
stop it in the other room and then continue it, or like how does it do it? How does it
it
do
just
it?
plays it. It just plays
Okay.
it.
But it
So
knows that you
you'll
walked over there, or like
no,
how does it?
you basically are playing the music on both speakers.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have to go to one speaker, connect to Bluetooth. You just kind of do it through Wi-Fi, and you just tell the phone that you want to play it on both.
Okay.
The thing I'm running into though is that I want to really stick with Apple devices,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a little bit harder. Luckily, JBL made a Google speaker, smart speaker that does AirPlay as well. So I have 2 of those currently, but I am on Mercari and eBay and even Facebook Marketplace looking for a
Damn.
HomePod. The HomePod goes for like $300. I thought I found one for 150, but the guy left the chat
Is that
as we were talking about it.
version of that, or what is that?
What was that?
What is the HomePod? Is it the Apple version of the speaker, or?
Yeah, it's Apple's version of a smart speaker. It
Okay.
has Siri built in and all
God
that.
damn,
Supposedly it
dude.
sounds
Why is it $300 though, man?
apparently
Just
it
because it's
sounds
Apple?
great. Yeah. Well,
Okay.
Apple, and then it's a great speaker because Google has a $300 speaker as well, but it's huge.
Mm.
But like I said, I found one for 150, and then he left me. And then I've been just trying to shoot out offerings on Macari and all that. But the problem is that these guys want shipping for like $12.50, and I'm like, I don't want to pay that.
Well, it's like
it-
I would pay like the 140, but then it's like by the time taxes and shipping and fees,
Heck,
like
yeah.
165. It's like, get out of here. I'm not paying
So
that.
I finally caved in with this one guy in Macari, and he didn't want to go down from 200. So I offered him again 185, and he accepted it. But here's what this guy did. He accepted it and changed the shipping
I
to
knew
not
it.
free. Like Macari saved me because I sent him 185 and he accepted it, but it says there is a discrepancy between purchase information and item information, so it didn't go through. And it's because he changed it. He changed his shipping to $12.50. Dirty guy.
So he was trying to do 200 free ship.
Yeah.
And then he accepted the 180 something, but then he's trying to make up for it. Okay.
Yeah. So right now he's at 220.
But
And,
so then the transaction's not going through though at this point.
It doesn't look like it. No, Macari saved, which was pretty cool.
And you know what I hate about them is like you could buy something and then the seller is just like, nah, cancels it, and then it's like I already paid you $100, so now I have to wait 5 days to get my $100 back.
Oh, I haven't seen that. That hasn't happened to me yet.
No.
Or whatever it is, if it's $10, $20, it's like I don't know. They just cancel it. It's like, okay, how is that fair?
I also went on eBay and I found one for 200. But I'm thinking to myself, do I really want to spend just $50 more if I had that 150 so close?
But wait a minute. So like, if you get this HomePod, like, what is the setup going to be? Is it going to be that one plus the 2 JBLs, or how are you going to do it?
So it's going to be that one and the 2 JBLs, and then Apple's releasing little HomePod minis. But those guys are like $100 each.
Yeah, I'm on their site right now.
Yeah, I don't know what I want to do. The JBLs that I got them on Black Friday last year, basically 2 for 1. Those are normally I think $120 speakers. Right now you can find them cheap, but I got them for $60.
Nice.
And the only reason why I got them was because they were AirPlay ones. So and they work. That works with Apple the best. But yeah, I already have Apple TVs. I have, of course, iPhones, Macs, iPads. So that's why I'm kind of sticking with it. But what I've been finding out is that HomeKit, their version of the smart the smart home setup, isn't really hasn't picked up at all. Like it's hard to find devices that work with HomeKit. Like my doorbell doesn't even work with it. So I ended up going with Eufy. I think it's called Eufy. They're basically made by Anchor. If you guys know Anchor, the accessory,
ANKER, the battery packs and all that.
Yeah, so they make security stuff, and they actually make some pretty cheap. People like them. Pretty cheap indoor cameras. So I was gonna go with a Nest. I think I even bought the Nest camera. But those guys go for like $200, $300. I found these cameras for 120 on Amazon. So I'm like, I'm going to save money and do it. So the camera's been good. The only problem is that it doesn't record everything. It only records when you get in front of it, where the Nest camera records the whole day. So yeah.
And then
I'm kind of in that awkward stage right now, what route I want to take. for my smart devices.
And HomeKit is just any piece of technology that's compatible?
With Apple Smart Home integration.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they preload the app on the iPhones, right? The Home or something.
Home,
I don't remember the name of the app. Yeah, but that could
That's
control anything that supports HomeKit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Because I'm looking at all the stuff. I mean, they have plugs, they have cameras, they have
Yeah. So
locks.
like I have, you can see the August lock there. I have that for my door in the front.
That's crazy.
Which that's pretty cool. I can't tell you how many times I've used my front door key one time since getting it.
So you kind of just hit the button and it unlocks.
Yeah, or if you arrive home, it just unlocks for you.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I gotta work on is that my door, I found out at first it closed great, but now with the weather and all that, you kind of have to push it a little bit. So my lock
expansion or something happening.
My lock doesn't close all the way. I kind of have to push the door and then it closes. So that kind of sucks. But
yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. No, but
and then hopefully Monday I'll have my big TV and it'll feel more like home.
I think the opposite is going to happen in the warm weather, where it's going to be like loose.
Well, we'll see. I kind of want it loose.
Yeah. What TV do you have coming?
No, just my Sony one that I had at home at my other spot. I'm just waiting. I don't have it in the house yet because
the
65-inch, and I got nowhere to put it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's huge.
So I'm gonna mount that puppy to the wall on Monday.
So let me see. And how old is that TV? A couple of years?
2 or 3.
Okay.
2 or 3 years. So I'm stuck with it for a little bit. Well, hopefully behind me I'm gonna have a TCL once I get this basement kind of going. Where I'm recording this, I think this is kind of gonna be my like chill spot.
Mm-hmm.
So
nice.
Little by little.
Cool, man. Yeah, I mean, the smart home stuff is interesting, but it sounds like it's still kind of young as far as everything working together and stuff like that, and pretty pricey.
I've had light bulbs for the longest. That was my first integration, and especially for like lamps, it's perfect because you can tell, hey, so and so, turn off the lamp, and it'll turn it off. Because especially those lamps that get annoying where you got to twist them. So no, you just leave it on, and just turn it off then, and then you could set up automations. So for my house, where I stayed before, whenever my phone was near my house, GPS wise, all my lights would turn on. So when I don't have to turn on any lights; they're just on already.
What do the plugs do? Do you have any of those?
I have one plug, and I thought about using it, but then I ended up getting a Keurig, and the Keurig you kind of have to press a button, so it's not going to work. But I'm planning on using that plug for my coffee maker, leaving the coffee maker on, and then at a certain time you could click on.
Okay. See, I didn't think about that. I was like, what the hell would you want that for?
But for then that, for fans,
you'd have to like preload your grinder, right? I mean, have everything ready.
Yeah, you just got the stuff in the
like at night or something, and then in the morning at a certain time it'll just start making it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, that's cool. I like that.
They gotta load it up first and then do it. But
the only thing I have is bulbs. I have a couple bulbs, but that's all I really got.
Yeah, and honestly, the bulbs are good enough. You kind of feel like Tony Stark alone with the bulbs. I got one. Yeah. I set up 3 of my bulbs so far, but 1 of them or 2 of them are having a hard time connecting to HomeKit. So I don't know. I'm kind of getting discouraged. And I was like, maybe I should just go to like Google Nest and all that, Google Home, and kind of go from there. But I'm not sure yet.
Sometimes like the Wi-Fi, like it takes a while to realize that it's because it's happening through the electricity for the bulbs. So somehow it's trying to detect them through the Wi-Fi on your app, and it kind of just sometimes doesn't work 100%. But I mean, it normally does work pretty well. But sometimes it's really weird.
That issue I'm not having. It's more connecting it to HomeKit, and it gets annoying because I think I'm gonna have to disconnect them, and the light bulbs I have to reset them. It's tedious. It's doable, but it's tedious. But
damn, dude, I'm looking at this smart strip, and it's got 3 outlets. It's $100.
Yeah.
You gotta be strategic with this, because you can't buy 10 of these or 5 of these.
No. So little by little, you just start collecting with it.
Yeah, pretty much.
But like my light bulbs, I had for at least 4 years already, and they're still pretty good.
Yeah.
They haven't been outdated or anything like that. So yeah, that's my nerd out.
Cool, man.
One day we're gonna get like a call from Manny. My house is gone crazy. Why? I try to leave. It goes, I'm sorry, Manny. I cannot let you do that.
I might.
It's like, sorry, Manny. I have to play this song at 9,000% volume.
Oh God.
That was funny. Then that's good, man. I'm glad you're starting to move in, get your stuff set up, everything, and starting to feel more like
for that puppy.
That's good. Happy for you.
Thank you.
Cool, man.
Senor Frank, how would you like to proceed with your nerd outs?
Excited?
Yeah. Super excited.
Yeah, sure. I got 2. I've been playing the what is it called? What is that game
before
called?
we go on, I'm so sorry. Did we bring up that the guy who plays Mock in The Room is in Haunting of Bly Manor?
No, that was
what? Yes.
Yeah.
What?
He is the person that is in the. I almost gave the spoiler. He's the person in the beginning of the series at that wedding kind of thing. He's the groom to be.
What?
Yeah, that's Mock. And every time you laugh, Frank, ha 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 ha, you remind me of him. You remind me of Tommy. So I'm like, I gotta say it.
I don't know. Like every 5 years, I remind you of something else, and it's always worse and worse. Like
no, dude.
Bob's Burgers. Now it's
Bob's
freaking
Burgers,
Mock.
hands down, is what you remind me of the most. If you could be turned into a cartoon, you are Bob Burger, dude.
Oh, man, I gotta watch it.
Check me up on this one, man. Have you seen Bob's Burgers?
I don't.
Bob's Burgers?
Which character again?
Bob.
No, I don't. No, I don't really see that.
I mean,
like,
dude, his monotone, just kind of going with the flow.
Well, I mean, I can see with like the hairy arms and the I'm talking like this all the time, but Bob's a sarcastic a-hole, and it's like not like Homer Simpson or something, but like he's more boisterous.
It's like that. What are you talking about?
No, he's more like, hey, dude, it's me, it's Frank.
Hey, Jose,
he's like,
gonna drive us home, man.
Dude, because I
like,
picture when
he's
someone
like
talks to when like the or the kids talk to him.
Oh yeah.
I could so see Ellie being, I forgot, Louise? Is it Louise?
Oh yeah, no, hands down, yeah.
I could so see Ellie being Louise and how she fucking turns or presses Bob's buttons.
Yep.
I could see Frank doing that, dude. How Bob interacts with his family, I picture that with Frank interacting with his 100%. And I think that's why I love this show so much more with Frank.
All right, I need to watch some of this.
That is funny because, like, I mean, I don't know, like, I always thought that, like, in It's Always Sunny, there's like Mac, Country Mac, like you. I thought you'd be like Slow Mac. They'd be like, oh yeah, that's Slow Mac over there. Hey guys, what's up? Yeah, I like to do karate. Yeah.
Dude, before I ever watched that show at Best Buy, somebody told me he's like, you remind me of Mac. I was like, who the hell's Mac? And he's like, he does karate stuff, and he's like, I don't know, it's just funny.
Yeah, I remember.
It was hilarious to me.
And then I watch, I'm like, yeah, I can see it. But dude, I watch Bob's Burgers, and I
So
always tell Violet, dude, like this is fucking Frank. This is Frank.
what does she say? She thinks it's true.
She laughs. I think she sees it. If she was
So
around, I would
if
ask
I
her.
wanted to try it, what would I do? Like season 1?
It doesn't matter. Just pick an episode and watch it and just see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, you probably want to go to season 1 because that's where they start. Like, I think every episode focuses on like a couple characters,
Yeah.
and you'll start seeing it, and then it gets better from there. 100%, it gets better.
All right.
They're on season 10.
I need to see this because I don't know whether to
season
be
11.
insulted or what. So let's see.
You might be a little bit of both. Like, he's a good guy. Bob is a good guy. He just wants to take care of his family. He has his own burger spot, so he's ambitious. He lives above it. So you might be a little bit of both, but it is a great show. He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
Okay, thanks.
It is a good show. Watch it.
All right, where do we go from here? I'm sorry,
I don't
Frank.
even know.
Go with
It's
your.
funny. Oh, my cheeks hurt, man. I was laughing too much. Oh man. Anyway, I'm gonna watch
You
the
need to
show.
laugh. It's monotone.
Yep. It's funny.
You gotta watch it, man. Okay, come on, let's
Alright.
go. Because I want to watch an episode now.
All right, the Modern Warfare Halloween update. It happened,
I still haven't
think, on
played
Tuesday.
this.
It's hard to play on your own, and it's not really that fun on your own.
No.
It is because like they Halloweened everything out. Like there's a separate like progress bar for Halloween stuff. You could get like I don't know, all the rewards, you know, stickers and stuff for your weapon and all that kind of stuff. But they added a bunch of modes. There's like there's some kind of weird like Juggernaut mode that's Halloween based, and then there's the zombies, of course, in the Warzone. That's the coolest part so far. I played a couple by myself, but it just wasn't that fun by myself. But if you get killed, you can play as a zombie, which was pretty cool. I just wasn't doing that well, so I just wanted to have other people to talk to and stuff. So that's why I wasn't like having that great of a time.
That's fair.
But you played it, huh? Sounds like you played it.
I played solo version. You can't turn into a zombie, but it's actually really cool because obviously you're playing at night, and there's like ghosts in windows, and you got like
really
it's kind of cool. And then like if you go in certain houses, you hear like kids laughing and chainsaws going off, and
I think
it's
certain
really
stuff
cool.
happens if you open.
Oh yeah, I got a jump scare. I'm like, oh god, shit! Like
Yep.
your screen fills with like a ghost face going, nah. I'm like, oh god, yeah.
And you could like have a chance to get, I guess, you can get a reward or you can get a scare, basically.
Yeah,
Trick or treat.
I didn't play the zombie one because the zombie one is only for the trios. But I really like the feel of it. It does make it more
cool event and everything.
Go make me buy a cheap monitor just to play this game.
I think it's going till a week after Halloween, so you got like 2 weeks right now.
Yeah, October 20th to November 3rd.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, I don't want them to throw away that mode just because it's not Halloween, you know.
They're going to.
But it's like you guys spent a lot of time on building that, so it's like, why would you just throw it away?
Did they really spend a lot of time, or did they just turn off the lights?
Well, I mean, they had to create the zombie mode, and
the train,
when you play as a zombie and stuff. I don't know.
With the train, Sonny?
The train's a ghost train, so that's cool too.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah,
I kind of just got discouraged because like I got taken out really fast in both matches, and I was like, I just want to play with somebody. Like, I don't want to play by myself, so I just stopped playing it.
That's fair. No, that's true. I mean, obviously those type of games you want to play with more people that you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's fun.
I still like it though. It's cool. The other modes are good too, and everybody's got like pumpkin heads and stuff, and there's like in Domination, there's a scarecrow at the flag and stuff like that, and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's a
kind of
cool
cool.
little update. It's cool.
Yeah. I like it. Um, and I saw a movie.
Oh yeah.
It's on demand. It's called Love and Monsters. Have you guys heard of it?
No.
I saw it somewhere. I forgot which streaming one. Oh, I think it's on Prime. I was like, oh, rent
Hmm.
the new thing's coming out. I know
Yeah.
what it is though.
It is just kind of a. It's a kind of like a post-apocalypse adventure type of movie.
Hmm.
There's this kid who's basically a kind of a little bit of a loser as far as the post-apocalypse goes. Like he doesn't really know how to fight, and he doesn't.
Oh, wait, I know what this is. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. So he doesn't go outside or anything.
Hmm.
But there's this girlfriend he had before everything went to hell, and he wants to go find her because he is just sick of being lame, and he doesn't want to just live the rest of his life like stuck at the current colony that he's at. So he tries to make a trip over to see her, which she's in another colony somewhere else.
Hmm.
But through radio contact, he's able to figure out like which way where he should go. So it's kind of just a lighthearted adventure type movie, um, and I just ended up enjoying it a lot. As far as there's some cool world building stuff because the apocalypse that we're in is a little different than the other ones you might see.
Hmm.
Um, it reminded me of some games that I like, and the main actor kid, he's enjoyable to watch. He's funny. There's a couple of other people who show up within the movie, and they were also good. I'm trying to be vague because I think it's better just to kind of just watch it. Just a fun, lighthearted adventure movie with monsters.
Cool.
So if that sounds appealing, give it a try. It is it is not like
Much.
groundbreaking or super high budget or nothing like that. It's just a fun movie basically.
Cool.
I found myself cracking up like at the stupid things this kid would do and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And I thought the monsters in the world was kind of cool.
Cool. I like monsters, so that's a plus.
Yeah, I
Um,
think you guys might like it, but don't expect anything amazing. like it's not gonna
sure.
be like, oh my god, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen,
Correct.
or anything like that. But it's solid. I mean, I wasn't expecting it. I thought maybe there was really nothing left new and decent to watch, but this
Mhm.
was good. This was cool.
Right. Ooh, excuse me. Um, and you said it was on demand, right?
Yeah, it's on demand.
Cool. Um, any other offerings from the Frank House to the
Nope,
nerd?
that is it.
Nerd House?
That is it.
Good.
That is it.
Very cool. Very cool. Um, I got four things to nerd out
Guess we
on.
got one nerd left.
I got three horror movies I saw, and then UFC 256. Let's start off with UFC.
Cool.
Overall, the card was solid. It was good. There are just some good matches, some good finishes. But the main event is the one that a lot of people were very hyped for. Habib Hamegamaedov versus Justin Gaethje, and
Mm-hmm.
oh boy, Habib is just an animal. He's like a chimp in there. He just tosses people around. He's so strong.
It's
He's
a wrestler type, right?
Sambo, yeah.
Okay. But he doesn't do
Yeah.
much striking though, right?
He well
He can, but he just like
he's a really good counter striker. People don't they
mm,
never see him as a striker, but he's a really good counter striker. And in this fight, he's like, well, I'm just gonna throw hands with you, even though Justin Gaethje's like a highlight reel. He knocks guys out.
yeah, I've
He
heard his name a lot.
he's a striker, and I mean he knocks guys out cold. He's got like
Mm,
stopping powers in hands.
mm,
Um, right off the bat, Habib wins. Second round, triangle choke,
mm.
finishes off Justin Gaethje. He becomes the undisputed uh, lightweight champion of UFC. Now, with that being said, it does appear that this is his last match, his last fight. He is going to retire 29-0 in his professional
Mm.
fighting career. Um, the reason why he's doing that is because his father died this year. I want to say maybe in May or June, and he didn't tell anyone until this fight right now that his mother called him and says, "Listen, you can't fight without your dad on this earth. It just you can't do it. Mom, I got one more fight, one last fight, win, lose or draw. I'm gonna stop." He comes out, he wins, and the first thing he does, he immediately falls to his knees and he starts crying because he's he did it for his dad. And he's the type of guy that's very kind of stoic. He doesn't really show a lot of emotion. He's religious and he's very like just work hard and like he's not like a Conor McGregor. Come on here,
no,
but
yeah, he's pretty opposite of that.
yeah, and just seeing him kind of be emotional and break down like that, it was actually pretty.
Well, it's like when it's guys like that, you know that if they break down, then it's really impactful. Like it actually means something.
Yeah,
because they don't break down at the drop of a hat.
Right, and a lot of people, again, no one's squeaky clean. He has some stuff, in his past or stuff he's done every now and then. It's not the best, but I think as a role model, especially with people like John Jones and Conor McGregor and all these other guys that just kind of trash human beings.
Yeah, seems like it.
Kind of had this guy to be kind of like the face of, hey, you eat your Wheaties, do your homework, work hard, and do great things. And again, going back to the conversation with his mother, he promised her that this would be the last one. I feel like he's gonna keep his word on that, and that he's done. He's gonna retire as the undisputed champion.
Probably.
So, great fight. It was awesome to watch. I mean, again, I think everything that's been built up to this was very intriguing, very interesting to watch. And when you actually watch the fight, the way it ends is kind of like picture perfect. There's no other way to go than to go out on top. And
yeah, man. I mean, if he ever came back, I mean, it would be a pretty, not only like betrayal, for his family and stuff, but it's like why would you do that? Like, and then he ended it so perfect. Sounds like I didn't get to see it, but I will eventually. But
it was just perfect ending.
Are they still doing the whole Fight Island thing?
Yeah, that's actually where they were. Typically the fights take place at night, but this one actually took place like at 2:00 in the afternoon, 3:00.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, solid card. Main event was awesome.
Are you preferring the empty arena, or do you still like the old way? What do you think about all that?
I love the old way. I mean, the crowd really makes a fight.
Yeah.
Feel special. I mean, if Khabib was in front of like 80,000 people, 60,000 people, however many can fit in certain stadiums, the place would have just erupted. It would have been, would have been amazing. But with that being said, this also does change the dynamic of fighting. It feels more raw and visceral because you hear every hit and every punch, and you can see them, you can hear them breathing heavily, and just like it just feels more animalistic, I guess.
Yeah, there's some leg kicks that I heard, and they were like, man, they just freaking reverberate the whole stadium. It's like, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah,
like some of those hits are really crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a catch-22 with this, but just the fact that we still get fights, and the fact we get top main event fights, like Masvidal's fought on Fight Island. We've had Khabib, and we got a bunch of great fights that came from here. It's really cool to have, just like baseball. Yes, I would have loved to have fans there, been able to go to the games, but the fact that we actually got something, I'm going to take it and I'm going to watch it.
That is true.
But yeah, so Khabib the Eagle, Nurmagomedov has now retired, 29-0, and
do you know how old he is or no? Is he 30s, like early 30s?
Yeah, like early 30s. He could have
Mhm.
easily gone for like another 5 years,
Yeah.
easily.
Oh, I wonder if he's gonna like train people or what he's gonna really do.
He got
Because
plans.
I don't know if
Yes,
it's like I don't know if that life is out of him now.
no,
You know what I
I
mean?
think he's gonna start training people because he just
Yeah.
can't. I don't think he could just leave it.
But man, he's
But
gonna miss it though. It's gonna be like
oh yeah,
a weird itch, I'm sure. I don't know. I don't have anything to compare it to, but I could only imagine like being at that level and then you're not really done physically, maybe not even mentally, but like he kind of had to for his family.
yeah, yeah. So
Kind of a unique position for that guy.
very. But yeah, man.
This is like the only sport I could actually say anything about, because when you guys go off on other ones, I'm just like, yeah, sure, sure,
Like
sure,
yeah,
guys.
that's all good though. Um,
Yeah,
but moving on from the UFC, I continued my horror watchathons and stuff like that
cool.
this
That's
month.
good.
So, I saw three movies I didn't see.
Dang, look at you.
The first one is Them. You can watch this on Shudder. I think it's on their new pre-release section.
Mm-hmm.
This is a 2005 film. I always heard a lot about it. People are like, "Oh, this is like a classic home invasion movie with like a big twist at the end, and it's cool, and you're not gonna see it coming."
Mm,
Um, that being said, it's good. It's only like an hour and 16 minutes long, but
it's not bad.
uh, the the biggest criticism I know a lot of people have, and I'm gonna have with the film too, is that it's way too dark, and not by the themes or the tone, but the movie just it's hard to see sometimes.
Mm,
I feel like they went to the set of 28 Days Later, took that camera and said, "We're gonna shoot this at night." Um,
yeah.
it doesn't,
Oh,
yeah,
I'm looking at the cover. Yeah.
yeah, the quality is not too strong.
Mm,
This is I didn't get a chance to look into the actual story, but this is based off of true events. Um, again, I don't want to
it
give
is
what,
based on true events.
yeah, I don't want to
Mm,
give up the ending or spoiler, but it was good. It definitely starts to pick up the intensity like the last 15, 20 minutes of the film, where like it turns more into like a chase film, and
mm,
that is really effective. But um, I would say if you're like a hardcore fan of home invasions and horror movies, I would say give this a try. It is something you have to at least watch once to say you did it.
mm-hmm.
I it would be hard to say, hey, do this to like a new person who's getting into horror because
Yeah.
it. I mean, I imagine this budget was next to nothing. They probably spend more time to rent out the house that they film in than anything else.
Yeah.
Again, it looks kind of again not in a bad way, but it looks cheap. The camera was probably
Mm,
shot on digital before it was actually like good. Um,
yeah.
it's it's good. I'd probably give it I'd give it like a 5.5 out of 10.
Mm,
It's it's above average, but because of all the flaws and a couple other things with it, I can't give it like a oh you have to watch this now.
yeah.
Um,
But I guess it's Halloween time,
yeah, and if there's
and
any
you've seen probably a really high amount of what's on Shutter, or at least you've weeded out what you want to see, and you've seen the
yeah
big ones and stuff like that.
oh yeah the big titles I've seen, and I've gone back and watched a couple of stuff that I haven't seen in a while, but I'm for the show I'm trying to watch stuff I haven't seen yet.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing I saw was
Mm-hmm.
Victor Crowley. This is a sequel or the fourth film in the franchise of the Hatchet movies.
Okay.
I don't think either of you guys have seen them.
I haven't. No.
Nope.
So the first
This is on
Hatchet,
Shutter too.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's not Shutter. So the first Hatchet is a like a straight slasher film. It was pretty solid with great effects.
Mm.
Number two and three are more like comedy mixed with horror and gore, and again the practical effects are still good. So the way the third ends was pretty definitive. Like, okay, cool, the series has ended, we can move on. And
Yeah.
then this one comes out, I'm like, oh no, why? Why? The first half of the film I feel like they try to go to I don't want to say shock horror or like shock comedy, but it's like really stupid and kind of like unnecessary.
Is it like almost unrelated to the other three, like that kind of direction?
No, it just feels it's weird to
Mhm.
say. 2 and 3 are more.
You're pulling a Grandpa Frank over there, Manny.
Yeah, it's really bad.
You're making
Yeah,
me tired, dude.
I
I
mean,
was fine, but
it,
shit,
in fairness, it is pretty late as well.
it's really late.
I'll try to speed this up a little bit.
It's all good.
Victor Crowley, like I said, the first half is so like there's a joke where this guy's doing a book signing and the guy just comes up, I don't want your book, sign my dick. He just takes out his dick off the table and he's like, sign it. They're like, no, get out of here. Sign. Are you homophobic? Sign my dick. I'm like, I mean like
I
you
think
have
it
to
would
go.
kind of make me laugh. It just kind of depends how
So
he
I
says
mean like it's funny, but like the joke goes on a little too long. Um it just stuff like that. But once we actually get back into like the actual horror stuff, the practical effects are great in this still.
it. Mm.
I
Like
mean
what, the
they
gore? You mean?
yeah, I mean the chopping limbs off and
Mm.
flailing around it generally looks really good still.
You've seen them
Um
all, right? All four?
I have yes, I
Okay.
am a big fan of this series and franchise. I
Mm.
think fourth. I think this one was the weakest out of all of them.
Yeah.
Um,
I've heard of them. I just never got around to it.
yeah, this one I don't want to say a cash grab because it's not like it made a lot of money, but
It's not like it's popular, right?
yeah, but like it just felt unnecessary. We didn't need
Sure.
it. And then
Well, yeah.
then there's a little cameo stinger at the end to a possible fifth one. I'm like, oh boy.
Oh,
So
Jesus Christ.
Shit.
yeah, we'll see how
Um,
that goes.
well, Hatchet 1 is on Prime.
If you can watch it because like one is really good. 2 and 3 are very good. The first three are solid.
Hmm.
Um,
Dude, it's got good ratings on Prime.
it's very good. It's very
And
good.
actually, all three are on there.
Yeah, if you can watch them on
Okay.
Prime,
Hey,
because
man, I might have to watch this.
yeah, because I know that the first three aren't on Shutter, just the fourth one. So if
Mhm.
you the first three on Prime, then jump over to Shutter to watch the fourth one at your best. Yeah, I mean,
You're
as
funny.
as a fan, watch it. You'll get something out of it. If this is like your first introduction to the series, that's probably not the worst thing because then you can go back see 1, 2, and 3, and go like, oh wow, these are really good movies now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it I'll give it a 6. It's I mean, since it's on Shutter, you're not paying anything extra to watch it. Go ahead and see it. Not bad.
And
Not great. Not bad.
I mean, horror is kind of hard to wade through, so
Yeah,
I
very.
do appreciate you watching some of this.
And then that brings me down to the final movie I saw, which I think is the best out of the lot, and probably the second favorite thing that I've seen thus far for October. This is The Cleansing Hour, which is a Shudder exclusive.
Hmm.
Um, Essentially, what this movie's about is this guy that runs a internet show where he pretends to be a priest, and every show he does a exorcism, quote unquote, real one, and they're all
Hmm.
staged fake. But one night they come to do a show, and one of the actual people on set actually gets possessed by a demon in real life. So now we have now we're spending the rest of the movie on set him trying to actually beat this demon in real life. And then obviously being a horror movie, there's a twist at the end, and what was the end game of everything.
Hmm.
Um, the practical effects are amazing in this.
Hmm.
Absolutely fantastic, beautiful.
Damn.
With that being said, the CGI they don't use a lot of it, but the few times they do, it's kind of bad.
Yeah.
But they really put all their money into what they needed to, and that was the main set and the practical effects.
Mm-hmm.
And it is really good. I was watching and I was engaged. I was like,
Hmm.
my heart was popping a little bit, and I was like, oh, this is so cool watching it. Like my eyes were getting big. I'm like,
Damn.
do that shot. How'd you do that? That
Oh,
was
okay. That's
um
cool. Wait,
and
this is oh, okay. So yeah, he pretends to do those, but then
yeah,
something turns real.
yes, yeah.
Okay.
Um
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And I don't know if this was intentional or not, but when we're on the set of that show in the movie, when shit starts to go down, it feels like an entirely different movie because obviously have it streaming, there's people watching, so they'll cut to other people watching the show, and it feels like a movie. Like the lighting does look good, everything looks kind of like dingy and kind of cheap. But when we go back to the main set and where everything's going down, it feels like a high quality theater
Okay.
movie. And so I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but it's really cool contrast of how this movie looks and works.
So it like switches to a viewer, right?
Uh,
You're saying?
Something like that. Yeah. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it just I was utterly surprised by this because I didn't see any reviews. I didn't see any reviews on it. I didn't see anyone talking about it on YouTube like, oh, classic movies you need to see.
I
was
still don't see reviews for it, actually.
yeah, like I was just rolling through Shutter. I'm like, this looks interesting. It's sort of original. I'll give it a shot. I wasn't a fan of what was it, like Haunt or Haunted or whatever.
I like Haunt.
But
you guys suck for not liking that movie.
You suck. Yeah, but this was very surprising to me. I will say it's a nice little find. So if you have Shutter, check it out. Hopefully, people like it as much as I did. But I'm gonna say they need to make more movies like this, and I'll be happy. So, cleansing out.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna watch it because I think my thing is about to end, actually.
Oh yeah. So I would try to squeeze it in if you could. Just see what you think about it.
Just because it's exclusive and stuff. Yeah. All right, man. Might check it out.
So those are my nerd outs of the week. I know next show when it comes out will be the day after Halloween, but I'm gonna do one more of these
All right, cool.
horror films. So I have one more week of that where I'll talk about a bunch of horror and then I'll go back to my normal nerd outs.
I'll take as many as possible.
That's it for my nerd outs.
Yeah. I think we're pretty tired. So
faces, it's time
poor
to wrap.
Manny, dude. He's been trying so
man, this video looking back, it's gonna be so bad.
No, man. No, dude,
it's gonna be so bad.
I'm usually the one who's knocking out like that, so I know what you mean.
Every movie.
No. All right, Sonny, where can they find us? Send us off.
They find us at YouTube. You type 3 Nerd Sunday. Watch the video portion of the podcast. You want to listen to the audio version? Go to Spotify or any podcasting app of your choosing. To stay up to date whenever the episode comes out, follow us on Facebook. It'll always be on Sunday. Times may vary, but Sunday. Always.
Sunday.
And that's it. So I guess we should sign off. Thanks, guys, for listening to another episode. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Oh, man. Bye.
Bye. What do we